Our Major Garrett is in Phoenix for us this morning. Major, we heard Donald Trump's tone last night in that speech, the return to the base. What can we make of that?
That Trump has flirted for a very brief time with, at the advice of some within his campaign, of a more moderate, inclusive, quote-unquote, humane approach to immigration, specifically dealing with undocumented immigrants in this country. He looked at that, he considered it, and decided to reject it. The political takeaway from last night's speech is Trump said to his base of supporters, I'm with you, and I'm going to stay with you, and we're going to win this election or lose this election together. There was no effort to broaden the Trump base to in any way, shape, or form appeal to maybe suburban Republican or suburban independent or undecided voters who are still looking at Trump. It was, in very stark terms, one of the things that tests a presidential nominee. One of the hardest things to do in politics, particularly at the presidential level, is move away from the base that brought you the nomination in the first place. Trump considered it, flirted with it, then rejected it. And now he has, by any standard, the most aggressive policy on illegal immigration and even legal immigration of any presidential candidate in modern American history.
The reaction a lot of times with Donald Trump from the party and from within internally has been different. So what is the reaction from the party and internally to this speech and the proposals?
Well, it's still playing itself out, but Politico this morning has a story where at least one member of Trump's recently formed Hispanic Advisory Council has already resigned in the aftermath of this speech. And another prominent member of that Hispanic Advisory Council, according to Politico, is considering withdrawing support. And I guarantee you today we are going to be looking at every member of that advisory council to see if they're in or out after listening to Trump's speech. Because when they met with Trump about a week and a half ago in Trump Towers in New York, many walked away thinking that Trump was serious when he mentioned to them an open-minded idea about maybe not being as aggressive on mass deportation, not having a deportation force, not requiring those undocumented immigrants to leave America, go to their country of origin, reapply for admission. Trump said he would require all of those things last night. Not only that, Dana, and this is something that's important that may have been missed by some people listening to the speech, Trump also said if he's elected, he will seek to lower the aggregate number of legal immigrants going forward. And if you have to leave the country as an undocumented immigrant and go back to your country of origin, when you reapply, you'll be subject to those newer, lower legal immigration numbers. Meaning, if you're an undocumented immigrant in this country and Trump deports you, if he's president, it's very unlikely you'll ever return to this country. That is something I guarantee you the Clinton campaign will look at closely, scrutinize, and criticize.
Very quickly, Major, I want to go back to his meeting with the Mexican president. Peña Nieto said afterwards that he did tell Donald Trump he would not pay for the wall, while Donald Trump said there was no discussion of paying for the wall. Is this just a case of semantics here?
No, it's a case of Trump negotiating the way he likes to negotiate, which is he says what he wants. If you disagree, he largely chooses to ignore that until such time he is forced to recognize it. Because he's not president of the United States, he may never be, but if he is, Trump will return to conversations like this with more leverage. He doesn't have it now, so he acted as if Peña Nieto never said what clearly the Mexican president did say.
Major Garrett in Phoenix. Major, thank you.
You got it.